case you're wondering, yeah, we're in a digger. Yes, I'm in a digger. Digging a hole. Well, actually it's a foss. That's what we do, we're digging a foss. A foss septic. See? That's what we're doing. As you can probably tell, let's move the logo there to make a really white place. Yeah, I know there's a bit of an odd one in there. How many people brought politics while they're digging a hole? In a digger. Was it in a digger or on a digger? Technically, I suppose I'm in and on a digger. Because I'm in a cab. Right, so Donald Trump has dug himself one almighty friggin' hole that he has. I've currently got my camera upside down. I think it's the robbery around for you. But everything I'm looking at is upside down. Which is quite annoying, to say the least. So, with a fox, you know, like a pooper pope, as in Donald Trump as a pooper pope. This is what this is for. This is for poop, right? So this is the sand film we're currently digging away from for the soak away pipes. I've got to go down the hill, and the hill, let's move it around there. Right, it's going to lock everything up a little bit better. Not quite what's going on there. Let's use that instead of twisting on the screen now. So this is my son's house, or his land, and I've got to go all the way down there, right? All the way down there we'll go, right, hitting the cars and the vans and God knows what else. And then we've got to put two trenches in down the bottom. But yes, he's done himself a bit of a crevice, hasn't he, regarding the tariffs. That is a bit of a dire situation there for lots of businesses. I've been seeing many small, medium-sized enterprises who, quite frankly, have just said, well, sod it, it's not worth a candle. Unfortunately, it's their livelihoods, which is a bit of a crying shame. Right, I hope you can hear me because it is quite loud. Because obviously, it's a diesel digger, not an electric. No, it's not a Tesla digger. Besides, they catch fire, don't they? Sorry, that's the right again. Let's tighten that right up, shall we? Let's move that off there for a second. Alright, that's been on now. Keep spinning around because it's loosened up. So bear with us a second. Bear with us. Right, go there, go on there, and the light goes in. Then then let's turn that around there. Make sure it's locked off. I don't want to drop that. I've got 24 people watching. Hello, Andrea Dreamer, and Scrawny, and Joe Ron. Yes, hello there. Yes, we're digging. Like I said, Donald Trump dug himself an almighty hole with his the revs down there. It's a bit heavy on the old revs. When the revs are too high, it's quite hard to do anything with any finesse. There, that's better. There we go. Almost like a top toy, isn't it? There we go again. Yeah, so lots of businesses are really struggling because of Donald Trump's insane tariff agenda. He's currently in talks with China, so he tells us. The starting point was, what she said before the talks apparently commenced, was bringing the tariffs down to 80%. That is a teaser. Well, it's not much of a teaser, is it? You're still looking at almost doubling the cost of everything when you include the fees and everything like that. Now, just like this Yanmar digger I'm driving at the moment, I'm sure some of the components on it are actually Chinese. I will get a bit surprised. Yanmar, I think it's a Japanese brand, but I wouldn't suppose they are importing some of the stuff from China. So if you're in a situation you need a component for a machine or something like that, that's a bit of a dodgy. That wasn't a very good job, was it? And you've got to take it quite easy down there, because the sides are caving. Now you've got to start at the bottom, and we're on a hill, so this trench can potentially get shallower as we go, as long as I'm at least a metre at the bottom. All the pipes that go in here are literally slotted pipes. I used to have a digger in the UK. I'm in France at the moment. But, I used to have a little tarchy digger. I sold it like an idiot before I came to France. Which wasn't the best move. Right, so I'm going to lift the shovel. Let's spin it around. Da 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 da. Oh, so I've got a way if you're about on cameras, I think so. It's hanging on the bar of my head. I'm just going to move the digger back a little bit. I'll try and keep myself in line before I go. Shovel right down again because it stabilises the boom, the jib. I don't hold a lot of hope, to be honest, with these talks, because China clearly wants a much lower tariff. What is on offer, 80% is obviously a no-go, you know. That's still effective in a trade embargo. 80% is ridiculous. And who on earth can run a business like that, you know? And especially when these tariffs keep going up and they keep going down and up and down, a bit like this digger. And you can't base your business on this. Let's say, for instance, you saw the oil price, you know. It's what costs you money to do so. And then you got to think yourself, well, what if Donald Trump changes his mind again, you know? It's a little bit like a bit of a yo-yo, isn't it? You know, it's a bit more, 1 minute the tariffs up, next minute they're down, next minute they're up, next minute they're down. Who in their right mind can run a business like that? Yeah, you can't. You can't run a business like that, that's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I've got a little, I think there's a 10-inch bucket on there at the moment. Just a pipe. This is a 2.5 ton Yanmar digger. I think it's 2.5 ton. It's got a hell of a reach on it, so I imagine so. You can't have a light digger if you're doing quite a long reach. Otherwise you fall over. It's been there, done that. Yeah, I fell into a foot once with the digger. That was no fun, I'll tell you. Foot's out of an extension. But the soil was really, well, there was a lot of sand. As soon as you got past topsoil, you were basically sand. And that was lethal, absolutely lethal. And I fell in and dislocated the shoulder. So I don't have to jump here with it. Come to a sudden stop. Let's turn that round again. Now, who can say, you know, they've ever watched, or listened to someone talk about politics while driving a little dig like this one? I don't think many people can say that, do they? Right, so just make a little dig, that's it, up there. And over here we go. Trying to get it to the back, so I'm sort of pushing it back at the same time as... Yeah. Luckily, it's not too wet. It's pouring down rain this morning, but it's still nice and dry down there, otherwise you have a hard job getting out of the bucket, it's a sticky bucket. I haven't driven a digger for 2 or 3 years, so maybe longer than that's worth like before COVID, yeah, it would have been about 6 years ago. Bearings on this, so a little bit wonky. Quite a bit of different stuff. And yeah, well, all I had was a Tarchi. That's great, I think that was the EX. I was reading this morning how somebody a disabled person who decided that they needed a new wheelchair, and they got the same wheelchair they had before, because it was good for them, and that's just what they needed. So they ordered this new wheelchair, had to come from China, and they had to pay $3,600 just in tariffs. Just in the tariff. For a wheelchair. Doing the job in Australia? Yes, I'll be there in a minute. Yes, all be long. I don't know about getting past the old molten core though, that's a bit worried, might be a bit warm. But yeah, we'll get there, I'll just close the doors on the can. Yeah, join you in Australia very soon. Yeah, so you know, it's everyone is affected by this, and when you get like Amazon, who, quite frankly, cowards, bottling them. Just get a little bit closer, just get to the bottom of the hole. Just for the last few scoops. Didn't too bad on this ditch, because it's less likely to collapse on me. Move it over a little bit. That's better. Scoot that bucket over a bit more. That's it. Sandfill, it's taken off the bottom. So in this thing there's a plastic layer, and then there's a load of pipes got going at the bottom of this sand filter, and then there's filter boundary on top of that. But the outfall is from the bottom. Got to make sure I'm at the bottom of the hole. Downhill, so effectively the ditch can become, this trench here can become shallower as we go. Oh, I've dropped a bit. The problem here is that the sun has got to get rid of a lot of this stuff. I think he's going to hire a digger again. Just so he can actually spread out. I wish I kind of spoke to him earlier, because he should have, when he was doing this himself yesterday, so he's never used a digger before, he's done alright. The size of his hole will be a bit tidy, mind, but I wish he'd separated the topsoil from the clay and the sand, because then you can actually spread all the topsoil over the existing land. You don't really want to do that with the clay. I think what you end up doing here is all the clay that will be chucked up in the trees on the boundary. Right, I can then go back every now. Check my direction. I'm happy with where I'm going. Another person I was watching online, I was reading online regarding these tariffs, who got caught out with these caught out because the timing was off. Because you remember some of these people ordered this stuff before the tariffs, but it's just taking this long to get here. So then they get caught out with the tariffs. Just to get easy then. It's not very standing more now. The stuff's quite soft, I don't need that much rib force. I think if your rev's too high, it makes everything a bit juddery on the hydraulics. Scrape at the bottom of the barrel. There we go. Don't try and take too much at a time, just end up with a big fat hole at the top. I'm feeling a bit more confident now. So I'm giving the beer and a bit. And a bit. Right at the bottom. It's getting hard now, so I get towards the old shale. My son, who lives here in France with me, when we first moved here, kids and what have you, we needed water. So we dug a well. Right? I've not built this place, but my house. It's a real well water we are. And that had a an eye opener. We dug it by hand. We were orange. Literally, like Donald Trump, all our clothes were orange. Everything was orange. There's this topsoil at the way. So I'll put a next to it. Before I get anything on that. Put it over on this side. Let's put all the topsoil over here. Yeah, so they're in talks with China apparently, but like I said, I don't have a lot of hopes on that at all. It's too erratic. I think business is the damage is done, isn't it? The damage is done. You know, you look at how the sentiment like in Canada and China towards the United States is now. It's like, you know, we're done. It's done for. The relationship is done for. Which McCarthy has pretty much. He's pretty much said, isn't he, you know? I have to admit that when I saw Mark Carney in the Oval Office of Trump, I thought, oh my god, that poor man. Oh, right-handed, listen to his rubbish. Trump's, that is. Crikey. I've got the fifth scoop. I want to break up all the top of the edge. Do you know what I mean? So take a little bit from the top first. Can't see that very well at the moment. Let's just change that a little bit. There you go. If I take a bit too deep, get too greedy there, I'll break all the top edge and that makes it less stable. I want that digger. Oh, I need a digger. Caroline, we need a digger. I have to admit, when I used to do this quite a while with our business, with building business in the UK, and I'm a brickie by trade and also carpenter joiner, or cabinet maker really. And when I was still using the old digger all day long, it's so mentally tiring. People go funny, you've been sitting down all day, you're not tired. People are mentally tired. It's like someone who works in an office all day long, or answering the phone all day long, or making videos for YouTube all day long. I'm still up for that. Thank goodness. We're getting there though. Yeah, we're getting there. Got a long way to go though. There are micro systems you can use as well, but this is the cheapest way of doing it actually, and the most recognised way is with a traditional foss. So what you have is you have a grease filter, you have the foss itself, you then have your sand filters, which is what I'm leaving at the moment, is the sand filter, and then you go to your soak-away pipes. It's quite lovely here because the ground is quite standard sand, which is quite good. How can businesses operate like this? I'm looking at the chat, but it's all upside down for me because I've actually got this camera hanging off the top of it. Hello GPT online. This actual particular big hole, the biggest, the best hole. Yeah, thanks for that, JPT. It'll be the best hole ever. Nobody can dig a hole like me. Oh, I suppose there's the comical value of Trump. Unfortunately, people suffer as a result. Who knows he voted for? You know, you can't tell them that, can you? They won't have any of them. They just won't have any of it. So, gosh, it's quite hard down there now. I'm on rock or something. Probably shale, I got compacted shale. I don't know, I'm not picking up any shale now. You know, like a slate, like a layer of slate. Back a little bit at a time. There's no point being great, it's in a small 10-inch bucket, so I think it's 10-inch, yeah it's 10-inch. I've got a nice clean old work around and actually, I shouldn't say that, I should really be spraying vegetation up the sides. As I go. One of my diggers I had, the little EX8 I had, not tiny one as well, that was a brilliant little machine. It had extended tracks and that. It was only 8.8 tonne, tiny little thing. But you can take it for a house. I have done. I took it for an old house, storage ones. To get to the back garden. That's the only way to get to the back garden. There's little deals now, you know, drive over. And then I was there for a week, sort out the back. Brilliant little. Nice me to take it. Through someone's house. Got that from getting deeper and deeper and deeper. That's why we shoved it all back in. Topsoil to get that out of the way. That's my son's new car, or newish car. I've only had it a few days and someone drove in the back of. It's a shirt, obviously, but still. Disappointed. I think it's only a bumper that's been crushed. Just trying to move some topsoil. If the topsoil is usable, that can spread out over the grass. It's just like all clay, sandy stuff, isn't it? Nasty. Da 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 da. There we go. I'll beat the old like button. How many people can say that they've seen someone talk about politics and stuff while driving a digger? How about for a change for Sunday morning? If it is more than a few days. I've got a bit of crap in that, a bit all over it. Quite hard to judge your depth next. I've noticed a camera on the bucket. You got my son was on the bucket on this yesterday, and now he's on a spade. So I can't go on a spade, does he? I've got to follow with my old chair, you know. And Canada are now in talks, pretty much. Well, they've been talks for a long while actually. It's taken several years actually. So this isn't actually new, these talks with Canada and the EU. But it's like they're being like hurried along a bit, like speeded up. Like it's become more of an issue. Also, the European Union has now agreed to memorandums, what have you, basically agreed to talk and soften, a bit more pragmatic regarding China. That's clearly going to help the European Union be able to do more trade and at less costs. China's trying to make up the 13.6% loss in exports. That's the thing about the United States, they seem to think they are the only customer, but they're not. Trump seems to think they are. depth stick. Could do that. I don't know. Problem is, if I go not deep enough, it means I'll have to drive over the ditch, and I don't want to do that just in case I collapse the sides. So I want to get it deep enough to start with. But you also got to think you don't want to be using more aggregate than you need to. It's going to have to be deep for at least a little way though, because so far, what direction am I going? That's good, that's looking good, I think. Knock that back in again, look. Let's take the stop soil out of the way. Not like that. Not like that, that's silly. I'll get that in the next one. Come on, I'll move back again. Too close to the digger at the moment, getting full control. There, that's better. Now what we don't want to do, is when I come down the hill, we want to be able to drop a lot of those aggregate straight into the ditch. Once pipes are in. So I don't want to put pile on pile, I don't have like a long pile on both sides, only on one side. That's better. Are you saying, is the actual video view upside down? Hang on, if it is, I'm not allowed to edit the cameras the wrong way round, all the words are the wrong way round. If I do like that, well I work on video like that. Something like this. Yes, it's up to was. I didn't realise, I do apologise. No, it don't work this way, mate. I'm reconnecting, okay, I just accidentally understand what that was, because I don't know why I had a place to put this. I'll take it off there. Let's see if I can put it on there instead. It might be a little bit, a little less ridiculous. I didn't realise that. Because when it looks the wrong way around for me, apart from the chat. The chat's clearly the wrong way around. I'm just talking about it on. So, yeah, with me. Oh, yeah, mate. Let's go down here. What are we doing here? That might work. That's there. That's there. So that might work. Look at that. Oh, let's try and get this the right round. It's hard to read it now, it's hard to read upside down, you know that? Did you know that's hard to read upside down? So it's time, okay, twist that around. This is called a marker special, been shaking you all upside down and stuff, that's it. Right. Back we go. Yes, this is a, how to put it, this is a bonus video. It's not getting really warm now. I've got these one-piece overalls on, waterproofs, because it was going to pee down and now I'm sweating. I'm hoping the sun gets out of it and then I can strip down naked. I can do a bit, be naked dig all day. So my bucket list, I've never done that before, you see. I've never driven a digger naked, so that's on my bucket list. buckets. There's one. See, I'm only a working class folk, you know. Okay, I'm just going to go back up again. You're not supposed to do that, Marcus. You're not supposed to do that. Scoop that up. Scoop it! Scoop! Right where we come. Give it a shake. Shake, rattle and roll. So, I wonder what's going to happen regarding these tariffs on movies. So we haven't heard any more about that, have we? I don't know how that's even going to happen. How the hell do you tariff a movie? That would be terrible for Canada. There's a lot of the movie productions done in Canada, I believe. Look for new opportunities. Do you have a minimum wage in Canada? I don't know if you've got a minimum wage. I imagine you have. It sounds like a sensible thing to do. The United States minimum wage at about $7.15 or 25 or something. It's pretty low, isn't it? It hasn't gone up like in 15, 20 or 15 years. I think it hasn't actually gone up. It hasn't gone up since its since its conception. What's the point of a minimum wage when it's set so low? Who's that protecting? No one. Oh, I know. It's protecting corporations. People really need to wake up, don't they, to the corporations? They really do. You know, the Elon Musks and people like that. Well, have you heard about Elon Musk? Oh, blimey. A staffer, effectively another whistleblower, I suppose, has been speaking out against Elon Musk again. I think it's unsavoury behaviour. And corruption. No wonder you got rid of all the federal bodies, sacked them all, who are supposed to govern now. It's called soil. Soil basically go back on top of them, okay? Getting a bit of soil on there. Let's skip past it. Go on those revs, save some digs. See if I get that rip force then. Yeah, that rip force there, isn't it? That's a bit quieter too. That's better. Yeah, very rip force. See, what I'd have done if I went on my own, normally I'd have a stick set the right height, bridge in the ditch, so I can see as I come along and make sure I'm deep enough, or if I'm actually going too deep so I can start correcting myself. But all disturbed is he's on spade. There where the force is going in. Oh shit. Do that for him. There you go. Shale. Shale, I mean clay and sand. It's like riding a bike, it's like riding a bike. One of the hardest things to do with a thing is not ditch this sort of stuff is easy. Dig trenches. But it's grading. We do driveways and stuff like that, grading it. Unless you've got water run off. That looks probably deep enough, that's probably the right depth. I'm just going to have a look. So I think I've been getting... Arnie Schwarzenegger is the richest actor, apparently. He's in the millions. He's in the money. He's in the money. Oh, Bernard Cribbins. Yeah, what's that song? How's that go? There I was digging a hole. A man with a hat, a bowler hat. And he said, "You hold what, a big square dot round," or something like that. I can't remember the lyrics now. Round up square or something like that. Oh, I don't know. Oh, listen to Bernard Cribbins then. What's that one he did? Rod said, "Fred, what we gonna do then?" Something about, I took off the candles and the things, no, I took off the handles and the things that held the candles. It did no good, but I never thought it would. As you can tell, I can't remember the words. No. That's like Donald Trump, you can't remember what he said last week, or yesterday, or 5 minutes ago. Plausible deniability. Oh, what did I say that? No, I can't say that. The damage he's done, though. Oh, if you look at the damage to your gross domestic product, whoa, that ain't gonna recover anytime soon. It's caused so much bloody damage. And then I was watching Christy Gnomes in Psych Slick in the committee meeting. And she just wouldn't shut up. She wouldn't answer the questions, wouldn't shut up. Just like Cash Patel, he was the same. Wouldn't shut up. Cash Patel hasn't provided with the FBI budget yet. He says he's going to, but it won't tell him when. Which basically means never, never. They were getting really arrogant and really, like frustrated and angry they were. Dan was hoping he didn't need to do this bit, but he has to. It's the drawings. Dan's my son. We nicknamed Dizzy because he's always seen a bit all over the place. He's actually a very smart lad. He's a trained nurse. Very well read. It's not no fool. Very clued up politically. Needless to say, growing up we had a lot of arguments. As you do. No, and so we had a cup of tea. I didn't skip that up by accident. Like I said, when we were digging our well, we didn't look very orange, a bit like Donald Trump. All that clay and water. I think when you're digging the well, it's constantly trying to fill up on you. So you've got to pump in there as well while you're digging. So effectively you're just trying, when you get deep enough, you're constantly just trying to remove slurry with a spade and a pickaxe. But the good old days. I did some Irish navvies, I did an Irish navvy. Start digging up. So we don't need a knife, you don't need maca. You definitely don't need maca. What makes me laugh is this. Something made me laugh, it stabbed me a bit. See, you got Keir Starmer, he's got a hell of a lot of grief he does. From politics in general, from the left and from the right. Like he's he's weak and stuff like that. Someone said in the chat, I think he's actually weak. If he was weak, he would have given in by now to, like for instance, with the fuel payment being removed and stuff like that. He'd have given in. He'd have given in to the Class 4 Dash insurance increases. He'd have given in to the additional taxes for farmers on assets, what do you call it, inheritance taxes. I'll put that one over there. Put that one over there. A bit more sorry, that one. really matter too much, as long as we've got a trench down the bottom. So I'll go down the hill, I'll show you. There's a hill over, I'll just down into that hill over there. And then it's there's two diagonal, right angle trenches got going. Which you've got to be about deep, it's too deep. And they're literally part of the soakaway. This is part of the soakaway as well. Because they've been slotted and quite good drainage and stuff. Oh, I messed that one up. I dropped my load, I did. I dropped my load. Here's my load. I'll take cake having that. Yeah, no, it's just kind of me just thinking. I'm starting to consider my life choices as a really good idea. That's the thing, there's got to be options over there, aren't there, whether or not you might consider moving, whether you might consider a good job. A lot of people have been forced into that, aren't they, because they're losing their jobs. I don't really want a load that left up anymore, to be honest. I'm all over here. So, I bet you've got access on one side of the ditch. So, I've just talked on one side now. If he doesn't get rid of this correctly, he's going to end up with weeds growing in it. They'll be hard to get rid of. Because he's probably going to be there for at least half of what he's got here at the moment. So something to be backfilled on top of his trenches. Living in the country, you've got to think about your waste, haven't you? And we've got to do the same thing. We can't reinvent the whole eco thing. We've got composting toilets and we process our grey water and stuff. So we're actually legally we're okay. Spank does recognise that. It's the organisation that governs water off and waste treatment and stuff. Spanky spot where they have this SPANC is spot. I'll tell you what though, I don't think Donald Trump's got any spot. We're going too deep again probably. Back, let's strike into the right way. Correct myself a little bit. Swing that bucket a little bit ahead. That's back right. I just dropped a little bit back in there. Oh, how naughty is that? I'm sure I'm all going. A bit greedy there. It's such a shame you've got to do this because it's like a little meadow, it's got the wildflowers on it, and oxide daisies, and then effectively dig it up. It's not great, is it? So although you've got illegal waste treatment, all this work, there's a hole that size, and there's another hole that size further up, and a hell of a lot of excavation for a little 3-bedroom house. Old farmhouse really, bird barns and stuff. Yeah, you can see the house over there, that's the house. There's a lot of pipes, isn't it? Just go in. rope's down relatively low, there's plenty of force there still. What I found quite funny was I was reading an extract from his mother, Donald Trump's mother. She pretty much said he isn't the sharpest knife in the drawer. You know, she said he isn't so bright. Tell you what he is though, greedy, and vicious. I put a video online yesterday. The boy who is, I think, unless people start standing up against this tyranny. A cesspit, pretty much. It's a frost septic. So it's for his toilets. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. No, this is a Yanmar digger. Oh, you can see it on the boom there. It's a Yanmar digger. 360 track digger. I think it's either 2 or 2.5 ton. I think it's a 2.5 ton. It's got a good reach on it. Nice long reach. Deep enough to the foss. This is hired from a local builder's merchant called BMCD in France, a place called Ver. Yeah, but the view is people have to start standing up to this tyranny that's going on at the moment. It's if you don't do it now, you're not going to be able to. Not about it getting bloodthirsty. I just can't see it. To get to the point where people are just going to have had enough. And when you've got like more guns than people, it's going to get. I think it's going to get nasty. I really do. We're talking about Civil War type stuff here. But all the nicey type stuff. So you know, it ain't working, is it? I don't think it's working. I really don't. Start to think Dobson is the way. You know, expose the people who don't want to be exposed because the people working for ICE. You know, they keep wearing masks. Federal workers are supposed to identify themselves. I don't know. They're supposed to provide a warrant, aren't they? And they're not. Ah, dropped it! Damn it. I was getting clever then. Hey, gingers! Hello there! Cabin lad. Is this a masquerade? All the things too expensive to export to the United States. Nice one, gingers. I'd like to do a picture of your tree. It's crikey, that's grown. It's doing really well. I was cutting the grass, yes, I managed to. We had a lot of rain, so the grass grew like crazy. So we did cut earlier this year, rough cut. We got down really nicely, and then I couldn't cut it for about 6 weeks. It just rain, it's just too wet. So I've managed to give it another cut. It's a bad cut. At least I can see all the trees are now, and I'm going to cut again this week. The grass, and hopefully get on top of it again. I didn't have a machine for the grass cutting it on fields with the thicker of the trees on, but I've got a Ferris zero turn, which is a great machine, but not a flat top. So I'll try and get another deck for it. Top, yeah, the deck and the top there. Should be able to get away. Getting a little shallower now, I think. There she blows. Oh, a bit greedy that one. saying that, look. Oh, look, it's sand. Sandy clay stuff. Right, so not go too deep. Because then we need more gravel. Cost of this is all in the gravel, all the aggregates that got to go in there. That's what the real cost is. The tank was about €700, so that wasn't too bad. Grease track was about €200. Hell of a lot of pipe. Pipe was cheap, €9 a length. For 4 metres. It's 4 metres, like 15 feet, is that 4 metres? What is that? It's 10 feet, it's 3 metres. So about 13 feet. Volunteers, great to see citizens standing up for their neighbours, yeah. That's why I say we need to docs and we need to make them. I'm considering building a website for it, like a register. I put it on somewhere on a server that they have no access to, so they can't cut me off. So if people want to publish them where they are. There's going to be family members that don't know what their families are up to, what they're up to, where they stand politically. Volunteers doing that job. Even you've got to be a volunteer to do that job. Scooped at the goal this time. Yes, I got the turf. Pipes in the middle though. It's a little bit less desirable than that. It's lead pipes away from a foss. So this is lead to these soaked away pipes. Is that my Darren's, my son's house here in France, in the Limousin. The association that comes and checks everything when you they actually do the plan and the design and all they do have to do like soil calls to see what the ground is like. Lucky it's quite sandy, so it works quite well. The crazy thing is these sand filters, the big hole that you see. That big hole over there was my son dug. Should be cleaner than that. There you go. My son dug out a big hole over there. And the thing about it is, it's has to be changed every 10 years. I don't think the French will bother though. I think most people just wait until they sell the house or something, or they turn up and say you've got to do it. Over there. Yeah, I think they need to really expose it. You know, you've got to fight fair with fair, I think. You know, evil begets evil. Maybe, I don't know. Is that the wrong way around? It's the wrong way around, I don't know. I just think all I'm saying is, you know, make sure the people know who they are. Just like you would a paedophile. You know? It's put on a register. A register of voice. Too far away, you know, just a bit closer. Can't get a bottom. that was rip that out of there, no trouble at all. But then you had it's a huge mess, use more fuel for no reason. I hate the fact that we actually damaging this field, which we don't like. Now anyone know we're doing the rewilding at our house, we're buying loads of trays and stuff. Down is as an overflow, we might end up planting trees here as well. It looks like daisies and that, isn't it? Masses of them. The little white daisies. The rev's low. Oh, get out of here. There you go. Oh, you won't beat me. I'm the gingerbread man. There you go. Oh, they've been live every day for the last 4 days. I think that's 4 days. Don't want me to do that. There you go. I'd watch that. Let's stop the grease, Tony Robinson will turn up in a minute and find a Norman Ford. No, don't do that. We haven't found any skeletons yet. No, or any gold coins. The rules here in France are quite tricky, you know. If you find any treasure, you have to tell the authorities, because effectively they own it. It belongs to the people. If it's on your land, it's not yours. That's what you have to do, is you stick it in your bag somewhere where it's not in France, and then you hide it under the rock, and then say, oh look what I found. After you check the laws in that country as well, obviously. If you run for ice today, and you're covering your face up, I'd be worried about future potential court in find yourself in front, at The Hague, maybe, as a human rights abuser, or you're worried about your friends, your family, what they think about you. Doing that job. Which say to me, they clearly know that they are doing something wrong. Because if you thought you're doing nothing wrong, well, why would you be hiding yourself? Why would you? Oh, I didn't get it. Too close. we made trouble. It's a little fun doing a bit of digging, digging trenches and holes and playing with a giant Tonka toy. I used to have a Tonka toy. I used to have a yellow Tonka truck. It's quite funny actually. We've got one in the back of our house again where one was given to us for the kids when they come visit. Tonka truck. Just like one I used to have. There you go. Scoop, scoop. La 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 la. Hello, Philip. I hope you're well. Philip Shortfield. Michael says I've got a robot arm. A robot arm, do you? Oh no, diggy diggy. Oh, but I'll put on Sawyer and you'll have all the manly neighbours volunteering for you. For a ride, probably. I can charge for a ride. Yes, I agree. It does kind of, yeah, it proves a point, I suppose, Mark Drewsy, and the state of the world affairs when you'd rather watch someone dig a hole. Oh dear. Don't dig it there, dig it all right over there. Here we go. Make sure I'm not back into any cars, that's good. I think I need a digger. This was a hired digger from a company called BMCD in France. I need a sweeper. A bit higher. It's a bit harder there for some reason. Starting to get a little bit shallower, which is good. A bit of turf. Anyone want a piece of turf? Get off my turf! Too close to it, can't get that. I did that my way. What are you excited about all that whiskey you're going to sell? With the trade deal, that's not a trade deal. Oh no, that's India, isn't it? Indian trade deal. That was right. That is actually a trade deal. Can't stand that Peter Mandelson geezer, the ambassador for the UK to the US. It's an awful piece of work. Little weasel. Not to be trusted. Standing 3 feet behind a 50 cal, and you'll still feel it. That's a big gun. Army stories. Well, there's talks at the moment regarding Ukraine involving Friedman, Macron, and Emmanuel Macron and Keir Starmer. Sensible talks, not these stupid JD Vance and Waltz talks, which though Marco Rubio is involved in. That's going to go down well, isn't it? Marco Rubio, he looks really uncomfortable, doesn't he? Around Trump. He doesn't. I don't think he's happy. But look, it's funny, they all sell their soul, don't they? To the devil. The orange devil. Just while I'm going a bit skewy there. Don't know what I think he might do. It's all a bit further away. Oh, and that way again, and that way again. Oh, God, and that way again. That'll do, I think. That way. Screw that back a bit, that's it. A little bit far away. There you go, move a minute. Take this topsoil first. That much topsoil when you look at it, is there? I don't think there'd have been farming land. I don't think it was particularly brilliant. The cattle will be fine. Hay, oh God, drop that off there. Hay. I keep dropping it. There it is. That's it. It's too far away. Handy if you had a little dumper here at the same time, because then you could actually just hello, Dizzy!
couple of hot drink and like to eat.
Oh, cool, yeah, or not? Yeah. I'm live at the minute, Dizzy, you can say hello. Just gonna pop the bucket down. Ah, right. What I'll do is I'll cut this. I'll come back live again a little bit later on. That's what we'll do. So, oh, kids, no, oh, blimey. I know. If I ever need a laugh, look up a Canadian comedy trope. The kids in the hall. Okay, I'll do that. Hello, Billy. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Okay, might be full of water now. What I need to do is drain it, get the end right out over behind me, and then it could be drained off, couldn't it? Oh? If I get that in, we'll go down the hill. It's a shame to dig up a little meadow. It's a lovely little meadow. I'm going to put a hole in it. Anyway, I'll be back, because I'm going to have some tea, and then I'll go live again a bit later. Toodaloo!